Hello, and welcome to the June sub box unboxing video. So today we're going to be unboxing the June sub box from Cloth and Paper, as you can tell by the title. And since I had a few days to kind of hang out with this box for a little bit, instead of just unboxing everything, which is what I normally do, I thought that I would give you a few of my thoughts on what I like, what I wish that were different, if there's anything, what is really amazing, and how you can actually utilize this so that it's not just collecting dust on your shelf. So if that sounds good, why don't we dive in? And of course, if you are not familiar with this channel and this is the first time that we're meeting, hello, my name is Meshi and I am the voice and the person behind Align Plans. And the whole idea behind this channel is to give you, I wanted to share anything and everything minimalist planning. We're slowly diving into journaling as well. But the idea is to use these beautiful tools in the most intentional way. So if that sounds good, not only consider subscribing, but also hunt me down on Instagram as well, where I not only show some behind the scenes footage, but then I also give you guys some polls and I give you guys the opportunity to ask me some questions. And those questions will get featured on any upcoming videos so I can give you guys a little bit of a shout out. So if that sounds good, you already know what to do. All right, why don't we just dive right in? I will give you guys not only close-ups, but I will also show you the items, and then I will also pop you overhead where you will see my first impressions of everything. So first and foremost, one of the most popular things that have come in this box, and that was one of the things that I was actually really looking forward to, and I thought that it was like the complete gimmick. It's actually this little timer. Now with the timer, not much, it just looks like a regular timer. The front pocket kind of opens up and then you sort of set how long you want to set your timer for. And then at the back, it has like a little alarm so that when your timer is up, then you know, it starts to ring. Now it's so simple, right? But the idea behind it is like, and the theme of this entire box really for the month has been, I believe it's called the Pomodoro technique, which really talks about completing a task, you know, working for like 25 to 30 minutes, taking a break for 5 minutes, and then you kind of repeat that for 4 times, and then you take a break. So it kind of breaks it down in actually one of the, you do get like a dashboard that kind of breaks down like the actual method if you're not familiar with it. I'm personally not familiar with the method, so to me this is super helpful. There's also, you also receive a little journal card that also kind of breaks it down of how to kind of create subcategories for each of, like, for how can you essentially prioritize the tasks and the things that you do on a day-to-day basis so that it's actually, it makes more functional use of your time. Now, I really love that. The other thing that has been really interesting is actually the insert. So there's your time blocking insert. So these things are interesting because on the edge here, you have some free space. The whole thing is undated. So the full week, you have a full week on 2 pages. And what you receive here is on the side, you can kind of set a couple of different categories. You can also set your priorities. And you not only have like a time slot here where you can kind of write down any to-dos or any main priorities or anything that is important and like as your reminder, but then you also have your weekly layout, and within the weekly layout you have a top section that is clearly designed for like anything and everything. It's almost like just a running to-do list and a priority list. And then in the bottom, it's like the page is kind of divided in half, and then the bottom section is completely divided for time blocking. Now here's why I love this, and I wasn't really thinking that would be, because my first thought was I already have a weekly layout that I'm using from Rosy Papertree. If you haven't seen it, I will just leave in the cards my 2022 setup, and like it hasn't really changed. Like I haven't really changed my layouts. I haven't really changed my weekly layouts because it has been working really well for me. However, to me, this entire weekly layout definitely speaks to if you have specific tasks or if you have specific things that you really have a hard time blocking. So when it comes to time blocking, I feel like you can go a few different directions with that. I tried a couple of different ways of kind of setting it up. Again, I'll show you a close-up of what I mean. I tried both with a highlighter where I kind of block off time slots, and I create a key at the top section of my page where I kind of highlight, okay, which color corresponds to what category. Is it family? Is it work? Is it personal development? Like where does that go? Oh, I should mention before we even go any further, please grab your beverage of choice. For me today, this is an iced frappuccino with another shot of espresso because we need it. Moving on. So the reason why I love this is because this makes it very tangible and specific of what you're doing with your time, or what you want to prioritize with your time, which can be sometimes really eye-opening of how you spend your day and how much time you allocate for certain things and what categories are not making it onto your weekly and onto your daily to-do list. So for that reason, this is a little bit more specific than what you would normally get in a normal weekly layout, which is what I'm currently using. So for that reason, I really, really love this. You also receive 2 months worth of inserts that are like almost completely identical to, and I will mention this also, you will see me mentioning this in the actual first impression as well. It's almost completely identical to the spiral bound little booklet that we received for 2022. It's almost like not much has changed, but here you go. If you wanted to have some extra inserts and you wanted to kind of try them out, this will be your opportunity. Again, the only thing that really has changed is that the calendar has gotten a little bit smaller and then the sidebar has gotten a little bit larger. Other than that, it's almost identical. Moving on, Cloth and Paper does a really fantastic job of within a monthly box. They really do an amazing job at creating a theme, and then they're sending you all the things that you would potentially need for that specific theme, so that you can really truly embrace it, and you don't feel like you're being kind of shortchanged, or you don't feel like it's like, oh, this would be great if I had that sticky, if I had that little page flag. So this month they have not only included the actual weekly inserts and a little timer so that you know how you're doing with your task and you can keep focused, but we also received, so let's talk about the icons for a second, because if you look at, again, I'll show you a close-up. If you look at how the page is designed perfectly for you to be able to get like a hefty use out of. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 different pages with different categories. So you have like pen, light bulb, you have an asterisk, you have like a variety of different icons that are kind of happening. And the whole idea behind it is so that like when you have an insight or you have inspiration or something is going on, then you have a category where you can time block for that specific reason. And for that, like, I have to applaud them for this, because honestly, it was well done. Now let's talk about this little clear Pomodoro. It's basically just like a thick plastic that you receive, and then it gives you a section where you can write down again all of your tasks, and then you can use like these little dots as you're going through the tasks. Now, my wish for this would actually be to make this into a half-page insert, so that as you go, you can literally just write this on paper. You can use your dot markers, you can use your colored markers, whatever. For this, I have 2 different options for you, and again, I will show you, but you can use your little page flags, and what you do is you take your page flag and then you cut it in half, like so, and you can basically just list on this, and you can just stick on all of your tasks as you go. You can use the little dot stickers here on the side if you wanted to, if this was something that you find that you would end up reaching for. Personally, for me, I find that this would be messy. I will probably not use it, and I will probably just pass on this. So I could have actually used this if I really wanted to like dive deeper into the Pomodoro method. This could have been literally just on a paper, but I understand that we wanted to get something chic, something unique, something that you can leave on your desk, by your computer, whatever, and it's more of a visual. So I totally understand the methodology behind it. I just, me personally, as far as practicality is concerned, I will just simply not use it. Now, the last item that I really wanted to talk to you about, well, last couple of items really. The other thing that you also receive is this grid sticky note. Now with the grid sticky note, it's transparent, which is fantastic. And it's quite big, so it's quite large in comparison to if you're trying to compare it to like just a normal size, or even like just some of the smaller. So here's like a smaller sticky note. Here's this guy, so it's quite big. So it's a great. I haven't really found like this huge, like, I don't know. I haven't really found like a really cool, unique way of using it. So for now, like that's not really where, like that's not really like the accessory that kind of takes the cake for me. And then the last thing that you receive is this thick pen. And again, you'll see me unbox this. I will show you a close-up of the Swatch. It's basically a ballpoint pen, but it's really heavy. And it's also very, like it writes really thick in comparison to if you're trying to compare this to like the Sarasa 0.5, I believe this would be like a 0.7. Even though on the breakdown it said that it was a 0.5 thickness, I don't think it is. And it's from Zebra, so it's a thick Zebra pen. It's lovely. If you like luxurious heavy pens, then this would probably be up your alley. Let's unbox it. So here's the box. Information card as usual. The famous timer that I knew about. And then here's everything else. Let me get rid of the box and then we'll talk about it. Oh nice, you're actually getting a pen, even though you don't have, this one is not a Penspiration box anymore. I just have just a basic sub box. But here we are. So first up, we have a little, it's called Time Timer. Time Timer. What? I don't know why we would need. Time Timer. Okay. This is, I've seen the preview for this and it looked so cool. Oh my gosh, there's a dry erase card inside. Very cool. Oh, I think you just kind of open her up. And then you set 20 minutes. Okay. Oh yeah, you need batteries. So before you can use it, you need batteries, guys. Okay, let's unpack what's here. Oh, yay, we finally are back to, okay, so this is your 2022 Vertical Weekly Sunday Start for July. I love this. Very nice. Okay, so there's your monthly. So here's your monthly view. And then you sort of have, this is very, very similar to, I think that they are redoing their vertical. Here we go, we bumped up the lights. So if you look closely, this looks really, really similar to actually the current, their little notebook that they have. So here's the current one with the spiral, and then here's the new one. So the main thing that has changed is that for one, this one starts on a Sunday, and then this section has increased, and then we have congested the little calendar to be up here. So that's like your main difference. Very nice. And then you have like a monthly view, and then that goes for the full month of July, which is kind of funny because right now we're what, the 6th? But anyway, looks lovely. And then let's see what this is. Oh yeah, okay, and then you get the same thing, I think, for August. So you get July and August, so you get 2 months worth of inserts. Okay, this looks really, really pretty, you guys. So here's a pen. I know that the theme, I can't even remember what the theme is. I know that the theme going into this month is going to be side hustle. That's a lovely pen, like very nice weight to it. It looks like it's just like a ballpoint pen. Then we have August. Okay, so we have the dry erase, with like your habits. Okay, and then you can kind of write down your task and then figure out like how much time you need for it. And then we have some transparent highlight sticky sets. So here's a close-up. Oh, super cool. So this is, I think that this is actually designed for this, maybe. And then here we're talking about the Pomodoro technique, which is kind of why you got the timer and everything, because right now we're focused solely on that. So here's your, it's like a transparent graph sticky note, which is very unique. Super cool. I'm not sure where I would be using that, but I'm sure I'll find a home for it. And then here's your dashboard on the Pomodoro technique. Then we have an undated weekly schedule. Since we're already unpacking, everybody, let's see it. Graph. Okay. Oh, you know what? I've seen a preview of this. This looks really fun. This looks really similar. This actually reminds me of like a weekly layout of, let me zoom you guys in. This reminds me of a weekly layout of the Hobonichi cousin, the A5 cousin. It has a really similar feel to it, but here you can actually get really specific. So I'm going to keep this out because I'm going to at least give this a shot for a little bit, see how it goes. But definitely, like, we're very theming up to like a productivity type of month for the month of July. I'm not sure why we would want to be that productive for the month of July in the middle of summer, but I don't know. We're not going to question it. And then here is a really beautiful, it feels like this silk situation for the dashboard. Obviously, we're using this. And this is from Sharon Whale. The natural world is built upon common motifs and patterns. Recognizing patterns in nature creates a map for locating yourself in change and anticipating what is yet to come. How stunning. I will show you guys close-ups of everything as per usual. So here are the highlight stickers. And then let's take a look at all the cards. So you obviously, you have the little August card, and then you get the time blocking method, and then it kind of talks and breaks it down of how to do it. So there's focus blocks, there's social blocks, there's admin blocks, and recovery blocks. And I think that everybody will find this super helpful, super useful when it comes to just learning how to be more functional and more productive. I love this. And then this is, of course, super stunning. The simplicity. I like this box, you guys. I think that this month has been awesome. I really appreciate this. And it's not to say that like last month was bad, or it wasn't suitable for me. That's all I was saying. So before, I want to be really careful with how you guys interpret what I'm saying. Again, like all of these things that we receive every single month are not only stunning, but are also super functional. And like, I think that the big thing is that what you need to decide is this functional for you? You know, that's sort of like the main takeaway here. This is all I wanted to share with you. Now, I would love to hear from you. So here's your question of the day. Let me know what is your favorite item in this box, in this month's box, and why. This would be, as far as productivity is concerned, there's so many different methods and tools, and it's really cool when you find certain things that are really working for you. So I would love to know which one of these items is your favorite. For me, it has to be the little timer and the weekly time blocking method, because I feel like I actually get to utilize all of my highlighters appropriately. Not only that, but it actually, beyond using the tools that I have, it actually just feels like for the first time, I'm actually allocating time for the different categories in my life. this is all I wanted to share with you. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, you can support the channel by subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you get notified every time I release a new video. And of course, follow me on Instagram if you're not yet already. Like I said, I generally give you guys a lot of behind the scenes. I give you guys some updates on what my weekly layout looks like, all of the fun stuff. Just keep planning, you guys, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.